everyone, Miss Alex here. Happy St. Patrick's Day and welcome to our March STEAM to Go kit session. As always, if you haven't picked up your to go kit, that's your first step. Pick it up at the Gold Coast Library. And when you do pick it up, it'll look like this, same as usual. For those who are not familiar with these to-go kits, everything that I'm saying in this video will also be on the directions on the back of this. Okay, so basically you can read the written instructions. You can also watch this video just to help you kind of do the crafts and the experiments. As per usual, I'm going to try to do this as quickly as possible. So we've got 2 crafts and 2 experiments for this St. Patrick's Day themed STEAM program. So I'm going to go over the experiments pretty quickly, and then I'll tell you guys about the crafts. So in your STEAM kit, there's a whole bunch of things, and your experiment, there's going to be 2. There's a Skittles rainbow experiment. So you're going to need this plate and this little baggie of Skittles. Yummy. So you will definitely have more than I have right here, but basically the whole this experiment is very simple. So you're going to take all the Skittles that are in your bag and you're going to put them in a pattern on this plate. However, you're going to lay it on the table and make a pattern. It doesn't have to be fully around the plate, especially because there's not tons of Skittles in your kit. But you can make like a small circle. You can kind of spread them out. You can do a pattern by color, by you can try to make a rainbow. It's whatever you want to do. So make whatever pattern you want, and you're going to lay it on your table like this with your Skittles on it. And your next step is to very carefully, and don't move the plate at all, pour some room temperature water, or it could be a little bit warmer too. Just don't make it cold. Water very gently and slowly into the middle of your plate until it basically covers, but barely covers the Skittles. You don't want to drown them. You just want the water to basically reach the Skittles. So it's better to have them on the edges of the plate as opposed to right in the middle, because you're going to pour the water into the middle. The water is going to spread out and touch the Skittles, and the water is going to barely cover it. Again, room temperature or warmer water works better. And then without moving the plate, you're going to watch what happens. And I don't know if you can guess what's going to happen, but it's rainbow. It's going to make something like a rainbow. Okay, so that's your first experiment. And then your second experiment is you are going to shine some treasure. Now, we all know that leprechauns love gold, right? And they like shiny gold most of all. So in your baggie, you're going to have a container. There's it's labeled as white vinegar, and you're also going to get, you lucky ducks, you're going to get a little penny as well. Now the penny you're going to get is probably looks really like kind of dirty and dull and old. This is not the kind of gold that leprechauns like. They like shiny. So what you're going to do is, I gave you white vinegar. You're going to open that container. And then in your house, if you have salt, you are going to pour 1 teaspoon of salt into your white vinegar. So you're going to open it up. You're going to pour 1 teaspoon of salt into that container, and you're going to mix it up really, really good. So you'll still see salt, but try to make it as mixed as possible. And then you're just going to dump your penny into that cup and leave it alone for about 5 minutes. After about 5 minutes, you're going to take your penny out. You're going to use a paper towel to kind of like just make it dry, and you're going to see what happens next. Can you guess what's going to happen with this dull old penny when you put vinegar and salt on it and leave it alone for 5 minutes? We'll see. So again, that's a really quick experiment, but that's a lot of fun too, because like, who doesn't want shiny gold and pennies and all that? So those are our two experiments. And then I'm gonna quickly go over the crafts that you're gonna do. The first one is a leprechaun trap. Now I didn't make one because I kind of want to see what you make. This baggie is basically all you need for your leprechaun trap, but there is also a little cauldron for your leprechaun golds, and there might be some materials in here that you don't end up using that you can use for this as well. So, and so besides this, in this leprechaun trap bag, you have a toilet paper roll, some pipe cleaners, popsicle sticks, gold, leprechaun gold, which you can put in here if you want, and then some signs that say no leprechauns allowed, super awesome, very expensive, extremely valuable pot of gold, and leprechauns not allowed, and some green construction paper. Now the whole idea of this is leprechauns love gold, right? And they love to steal it. So I challenge you to make out of all these materials, and if you have some materials at home or you didn't use everything in your kit, however you want to do it, make a leprechaun trap so that the leprechaun who is trying to get your gold in this cauldron can't get it, or he gets it, but it gets trapped and you trap a leprechaun. I know St. Patrick's Day already passed, but this is, there, you never know. There could be leprechauns still around, especially now that you've got some gold, you know? So that is my challenge for you this month. And then the final crafts is more like an arts and crafts sort of thing. You are going to be making, St. Patrick's Day too. It's a lot about rainbows because there's there's a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. So you're gonna make a cute little sun rainbow sort of thing. I gave you, there's a hole in your paper plate so you can string it up if you want, and it could be a cute thing to put in your refrigerator maybe, or like in front of a window, just to brighten up your space. So this one is a very easy craft to do. In your kit, you're going to have a paper plate like this with there's a hole already in it. And this bag has a paintbrush, some orange and yellow triangles as your sun's rays, black paint and yellow paint to obviously paint your sun, and the tissue paper. Of course, I tried to make it as rainbow as possible for you guys, and a glue stick that you can use for this craft, and also you can use for the leprechaun trap if you need to. So basically, it depends on how you want to do it. What I did first is I turned my paper plate around, and it doesn't matter however you can do it in the front like this or the back like this, however you want to do it. I ended up doing it on the front, my smiley face, and on the back, using my glue stick, I glued all these tissue paper ribbons to like the bottom of this paper plate. Then also using my glue stick, I glued all these, I used the pattern, but you don't have to, orange and yellow triangles for the sun's rays. And because it's a glue stick, it doesn't really have to dry. So then I turned it around and then I painted my sun using the yellow paint. And after that dried for a little bit, it doesn't take that long to dry, I made a little smiley face with my black paint. Now it is up to you. You can also do it the opposite way. You can paint everything first, and then once it's fully dry, you can turn it around and glue everything to the back. It's up to you, because if you glue it and then paint it, sometimes you can get a little paint on the tissue paper, but it takes a little bit to dry, so it's up to you however you want to do it. But that is it for our March theme. I hope you had a great St. Patrick's Day, and I hope you catch at least one leprechaun. And I hope to see you guys next time too. Bye.